I've been a farmer for 32 years, and I know a harvest when I see one. People call it the autumn fades. Every October, millions disappear without explanation. No struggle, no screaming, no bodies, no evidence. One moment they're standing in line at a grocery store, sitting on a park bench, driving down the highway. The next moment they're gone. Security footage shows them their one frame, absent the next, like someone deleted them from the film. At first, governments mobilized. Emergency task forces, international coalitions, curfews, mandatory tracking chips. None of it worked. The fades kept happening. Same time every year, same inexplicable vanishings, same total absence of logic or pattern anyone could prove. By the third year, half the world's leadership had either disappeared or collapsed under the weight of trying to stop something unstoppable. By the fifth year, we stopped pretending we could fix it. Now we just live with it. October comes, people vanish, and by November we sweep up the gap and keep moving. We don't talk about it much anymore. What is there to say? But I've been watching, and I've started to see the pattern everyone else is too afraid to name. I grow wheat mostly. Some corn, some soybeans depending on the year. You don't harvest a field all at once, not if you're smart. You take the ripest stalks first, the ones that have matured fully, reached their peak yield. You leave the younger ones to keep growing, give them time to develop. A good farmer knows. You take what's ready and let the rest ripen for next season. The first year of the fades, I didn't see it. I was too busy grieving my father-in-law, who vanished from his hospice bed sometime between midnight and dawn. So did most of the ward. All the terminal cases gone. At the time, we thought it was mercy. Some said God had taken the suffering ones first. But then I looked at the data. It wasn't just hospice patients. It was everyone over 80. Dementia patients, retirees in perfect health, old farmers still working their land. If you were past a certain age, October took you. The elderly and the sick went first, vanishing in numbers so high the nursing homes stood nearly empty by November. That's when I started thinking about crops. The second year, they took people in their 70s. Some healthy, some not, but the age bracket was consistent. My neighbor's mother disappeared while baking bread. Loaf still rising on the counter when her daughter found the empty kitchen. Third year 60s, fourth year 50s. Every autumn the threshold dropped. Every year, the fades moved down the age groups like a combine harvester working its way through rows of wheat, taking what was ripe, leaving the rest to mature. Last October, my neighbor Greg disappeared. He was 38, healthy, no underlying conditions, just finished building a deck on his house. I'd seen him that morning, waving from his porch with a coffee mug in hand. By evening, his truck was still in the driveway, his coffee mug still on the railing, but Greg was gone. I went home and pulled up every record I could find. News reports, missing persons databases, census data, obituaries that listed disappeared during autumn fades as cause of absence. I mapped it by age, by year, by region. The pattern was perfect. Year 1, 80 plus. Year 2, 70-79. Year 3, 60-69. Year 4, 50-59. Year 5, 40-49. Year 6, 30-39. This year is year 7. I'm 32. I know what's coming. I know because I've spent 3 decades doing the same thing to my fields that something is now doing to us. You don't take the whole crop at once. You take the ripest ones first, the ones that have lived long enough, absorbed enough, grown enough to be worth harvesting. You leave the younger ones to keep growing, to keep maturing, because they're not ready yet. We're not living on this planet, we're being grown on it. And I finally understand why it happens in autumn. It's harvest season. I tried telling people, posted my findings online, sent them to researchers, shouted it at town meetings. Most ignored me. Some called me crazy. A few looked at the numbers, went pale, and stopped responding. No one wants to admit what the pattern means. That we're not the apex species. That something has been cultivating us patiently for generations, waiting until we reach the right age, the right Ripeness. Children don't vanish. Teenagers don't vanish. They're too young, too unfinished. Whatever is taking us doesn't want them yet. They still need time to grow, to live, to accumulate whatever it is we produce that makes us worth harvesting. I used to wonder what happens to the people who fade. Where do they go? Are they killed, stored, processed into something we can't imagine? I don't wonder anymore. I've seen what happens to wheat after I harvest it. I grind it, bake it, sell it, consume it. It doesn't matter to the wheat where it goes. It's already gone. October starts in 2 weeks. My wife is 29. My daughter is 6. They'll be safe this year. Maybe next year too. But eventually the harvest will come for them. It comes for everyone. The only question is whether you're ripe enough yet. I've been preparing. Not to run. You can't run from a harvest. I'm preparing to document, to leave a record, to make sure someone understands what's happening even if no one can stop it. I'm writing this down, printing copies, burying them in weatherproof containers across my property. Maybe someday, when my daughter is old enough to read them, she'll understand why her father disappeared one October morning. Or maybe she'll just accept it, the way we all have. Maybe by the time the harvest comes for her, humanity will have forgotten we were ever anything but crops. I went out to my fields this morning and stood among the wheat, watching the stalks sway in the wind. In a few weeks, I'll take the combine out and harvest the mature rows, leaving the younger growth for next season. It's efficient. It's sustainable. It's how you manage a crop. And as I stood there, I realized something that made my stomach turn. I've been doing this my whole life. Planting, growing, harvesting, taking what's ripe and leaving the rest. Sustainable farming, renewable resources. We're not being exterminated, we're being managed. Whatever is out there, it doesn't want us gone. It wants us productive. It wants us breeding, growing, living just long enough to be worth the effort. It's not cruel, it's practical. A farmer doesn't hate his wheat. He just knows when it's time. 2 weeks until October. I'm not ready. I don't think anyone ever is. But ready or not, the harvest comes. If you're reading this and you're under 30, you have time. Not forever, just a few more seasons. Use them. Live them. Because autumn always comes eventually, and when it does, you won't get to choose whether you're ripe. The only question left is, when your season comes, will there be anyone left to remember you were ever more than grain in a field? Follow Midnight Manuscripts for more horror stories.